Have you noticed how some British people insert the letter R into words where it doesn't belong, like law and order or drawing? This is a common feature of non-rhotic varieties of English, which are dialects that drop the letter R. So words like sore and tuner sound the same as saw and tuna. So why does this happen? Well, historically the letter R was always pronounced, but then a few hundred years ago, London English began to lose the letter R unless it came before a vowel. So the phrase rural farmer would become rural farmer. Notice how the letter R is dropped unless it comes before a vowel. But this meant that the silent R at the ends of words could resurface if followed by a vowel. So words like saw and polar could become soaring and polarize. This can even work across word boundaries. So tuna, but tuna ramp. And before you think this is too weird, this is actually a really common phenomenon across the world's languages. Like in French, there's liaison, where a silent letter at the end of a word can resurface if followed by a vowel. Now this is all well and good, but what about inserting the letter R where it doesn't belong? Well, first, notice that because of the loss of R, there's a lot of words that used to be distinct that are now merged together. This can cause a lot of confusion. For example, if I said the word soul, you don't know which word I'm talking about. So if I ask you to add the ing suffix, would it become sawing or soaring? In these dialects, saw and soar are now pronounced the same, so subconsciously, maybe speakers think of them as the same. And if saw becomes soaring, why can't saw also become soaring? But there's even more to it than that, because many languages around the world don't like it when two vowels are right next to each other. That's why we say a banana, but not a apple. We say an apple. We insert a consonant to break up the vowel cluster. The same thing can happen with the letter R. Law and order sounds a little bit weird. So in the same way we inserted an N to break up the vowel cluster, why don't we insert the R? Law and order. This phenomenon is known as intrusive R and is often stereotyped as improper speech, but it really shouldn't be. This sort of thing happens in languages across the world all the time. For example, in French, there's two different types of possessive pronouns depending on the gender of the object, but if it starts with a vowel, you always use the masculine form. Ma ami sounds weird, so we have to say mon ami. That might seem grammatically wrong because of the gender confusion, but it's phonologically correct. It's breaking up an illegal vowel cluster. In the same way, law and order might seem historically incorrect because the letter R isn't spelled in the word, but it's phonologically correct because it's breaking up an illegal vowel cluster. That being said, I do find it quite funny that R isn't pronounced when it's spelled, but is pronounced when it isn't.